straight up, just for your safety, because it has happened where DL guys will link up with will link up with gay men and rob them, kill them, all kinds of shit. Like, you never know. They be setting them up. I've seen documentaries with them being set up in all different areas of the world. So be careful, because a lot of straight men also know that we fall prey to them. All they have to do is just send us like a body picture or a torso shot or something, and we go, because we just so endowed with the fantasy of this straight man and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? And we be forgetting, like, nigga, you still, like, our dicks, the little head runs us too much. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta think with the big head, because your safety is at risk. You know what I'm saying? When you linking up with these strangers and you letting them in y'all's house, it's like, I don't, we don't think about that as we going along with this, but we letting these niggas in our houses, y'all. These strangers. We don't fucking know these people. All right. All right, so what's good, y'all? It's another one of that Say So TV gang. Y'all already know what it is. All right, so y'all see I'm in a mukbang angle. Hopefully this is a better one, because I was getting clown on my last ones where I was like, y'all was saying I wasn't doing it good enough. But all right. This is a type of meal that I eat on a regular. Like, when I cook for myself and Bae don't cook for me, because I can't really cook like that. So this is the type of shit right here that I make. I grill me I usually do like either a ribeye or a wagyu, but right now I did a filet mignon, and I got some turkey sausage, no pork, never pork for me. I got me a chicken skewer, or a chicken on a stick, shish kebab, whatever they call that. Grilled onions, grilled peppers, sweet peppers, some green beans, and some chips just for some little texture, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is what I eat on a regular when I'm just like chilling. Usually I have me like some wine, but right now I got a Coke. So yeah, this is a little Say So mukbang, you know what I'm saying? Fuck with me. Let me try this steak real quick, make sure I got it done right. Mmm. All right. So today the topic is about, it was a requested topic about the pros and cons of dating apps. So let's go ahead and get right on into it. All right. So the pros and cons of dating apps. Straight up, there's a lot more pros than there are cons. people will create the cons based on what they do with the dating apps. I've made good friends off of there. I made dudes. I made friends. Some of my longest friends that I've got from Atlanta is from the dating app, which is Jack, the one that I usually used. I did use Grindr sometime. And this angle is kind of weird to me, y'all. Low key, I'm not even gonna cap. Like this angle feel weird as fuck. So just bear with me. But yeah, um, I feel like gay dating apps are not just used to hook up with dudes. They also could be a good source to make friends. I've done that, and the way that it was introduced to me was actually from one of my friends that I had met when I had first moved to Atlanta. I didn't know nothing about dating apps at all. And then my homeboy was just like, "You ain't got no app?" Like, and we was talking about niggas or something. And he was just like, "You ain't got no app?" And I was like, "Nah." He was like, "Shit, you need to get one." I was like, "What you mean an app?" So that's when he told me about Jack. All right. Yeah, he told me about Jack and was like, "Yeah, hop on here." He showed me, so I went ahead and made it. And it was like, I just started getting hit up like buku crazy. Like, man, I didn't even put my face up. All I did was put a body pic up, and I just started getting maxed out. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, one of my best friends from Atlanta, my brothers from Atlanta, I met them off of, well, I met Sid off of there, and then he linked me up with the rest of them, but we never messed around. We've been friends ever since. And that was back in like 2013 or something when I got on the apps. And so it ain't been no issue with me, but I will just say this though, y'all do want to be careful and be safe out there because a lot of dudes then came up like missing and got killed and shit off of these apps. So you do want to be careful, but you would never really know, especially when we be taking risks by linking up with DL dudes and shit like that. So we really just don't be really knowing. But I say if they don't send you no picture, I feel like you shouldn't link up with nobody if they can't send you a picture straight up. So yeah, y'all, just be safe on them motherfuckers. But also, like this kind of entails with you when you move to a new city. Don't move to a new city, and yeah, don't move to a new city and hop on these apps and sleep around with the town because that's exactly how niggas get around, huh? Straight up. So yeah, there's a lot of pros You get exposure to hella guys, all the community members and around you. It's a straightforward access to the crowd or people that you're trying to find. So there's nothing wrong with the apps in themselves. They give you a network system to find people that are like you, but it's how you use it. I done met guys on there and they be like, and we'll link up and they be like, oh, what's up, you trying to fuck? And I be like, no, I'm just trying to chill. And they be like, but you on the app though. You on the app. And I'm like, okay, what that mean? Like, so a lot of guys subconsciously believe that if you on the app, they gonna feel like you free game anyway. You know what I'm saying? So like you have to set the tone for what you want to do, because guys are gonna try to do, make you swing in whatever way that they want you to. So you gotta just let it be known what you're here for, and don't move on your standards. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas will try to make you do shit that you don't want to do, bring you around people you may not want to be around, all that. So just be aware of that. And a lot of these niggas, they'll look at your profile, show them to their friends, be like, hey, you had this nigga? Because I know I did that. Especially with other tops. Like tops, we definitely do that. Like we'll be like, hey, bro, you know this nigga? Like straight up, because shit, like me and my bro, we got that pact where if he mess around with somebody, I don't fuck with them. If he mess around with somebody, if I mess around with somebody, he don't fuck with them. Now he has went behind my back and actually asked me if he could link up with one of my exes or a dude that I smashed before, and I let him do it because I just respected that he even asked me. Plus, what's in my past is in my past. I really don't care about that. Like if they ain't with me today, I don't give a fuck. Like I only have the capacity to think about and care about and be territorial about the motherfucker that I'm currently with, not nobody in my past, no matter how much I like them or anything. So I did let bro go on ahead and chill with one of my old niggas or whatever. And shit, they ended up not even liking each other. So I didn't even have to stand in the way of that. I'll say use it as a source to meet friends and then meet the dude that you want to fuck with in that environment. It's better to meet them in person, but 9 times out of 10, no matter if you meet them in person or not, because if they on the app, just because you met them in person doesn't mean that they don't still have an app or a Jack profile or something. So, but yeah, Jack, Grindr are the main two ones. Jack is mainly for black men, men of color. A lot of white guys use Jack if they want to look for one of us. But then Grindr is like more white to me, but also you'll find some black guys on there and some other ethnicities, but I feel like those ethnicities are looking for white guys mostly, because I've noticed like if I have a Jack profile and a Grindr profile, my Jack profile gets hit up way more than my Grindr profile, like way more. And if I do get hit up on my Grindr profile, it's by creeps, like old ass white guys, old ass men, period. Trying to probably even be sugar daddies to me or whatever, asking me for my sweaty underwear. Type shit, like for real, like real weird freak fetish ass motherfuckers and shit be on there. And Grinder is always perceived to be more like for like the more upper class is what they kind of act like as well, but I don't see it as that. I see it as like they're looking for certain kind of races and shit when they go for different apps or age groups or something like that. Because I find more older guys on Grindr as well. And also, side note, if you hooking up with dudes on these apps, wrap it up. Because that's where you'll catch the STDs at. I'm just going to keep it G. That's exactly where you're gonna catch the STDs at. Always just wrap it up when you fucking with niggas off these apps until y'all make it official to where y'all only gonna stick to each other, because a lot of guys on there, like, they'll let you smash raw, like, especially if you fine as fuck. Like, niggas have always tried to let me smash raw, and those are the ones that you could tell, like, they probably just had a nut busted in them and you going behind them and your dick is smacking the last nut type shit. A lot of them dish or whatever, so 9 times out of 10 it may not be that bad, but still, you just want to protect yourself at all times, because yeah, these niggas be on some nasty ass shit on them apps. A lot of these niggas will be up all night doing drugs, all kinds of shit, being on these apps, fucking around with all these different dudes. You never know which number you are. That goes for tops and bottoms. You never know which number you are. Just to throw on this video as well, somebody asked me about hookup spots. Wanted me to make a video about that. I don't really have like a lot to say enough to make a whole video, so I'll put it on here. The only hookup spots that I really know about would have phased out, and if they still do it, they just still do it. But like, I think everybody knew about Piedmont Park in Atlanta. I think all the parks, I know that they got parks in New York, parks everywhere. Mainly like really secluded, secretive parks, but you'll hear in the community which ones is actually popping. I never did do that shit. I never had to do that. Uh, if I was to go look for guys like a cruise or whatever, I would go to a 24-hour gym late at night, like past 10, 11. The ones with the jacuzzis and shit is even better. Basically like a bathhouse environment. You know, gays thrive in the bathhouse environment where you can be naked. You know, even shit like, you know, nude beaches. You know, a lot of nakedness or whatever you could do that's secluded, private. Gay bars, of course. I'm trying to think like, now see, they used to find DL niggas on Craigslist, but Craigslist then shut down their side with that, from what I know. So now mainly everybody's hip to Jack, Grindr, and of course out at the clubs. Niggas will rarely approach anybody out in public. Whenever I would get hollered at, it would be like at Lenox Mall or something when I was in Atlanta. Also, your jobs. Like, I used to bartend in Houston and in Atlanta. I used to get hollered at all the time. Then when I was bartending, also Houston's fucking house sex scenes, like they house party sex how can I put this? They're sex parties. Nigga, Houston sex parties, y'all, go up, y'all. I used to have some of the most fucking litty ass, like, fucking hoe ass times back then when I was in Houston. I think that's why everybody want to move to Houston. That's why, like, I don't want to move back to Houston. Like, that's one place where I could always move back to because my fam there and shit. But I do not want to live in Houston just for that fact, because I feel like it's a hoe city. Like, I feel like Houston and Atlanta is for hoes. I don't want to have my relationship there. I'm not saying that it's just for hoes. Like, everybody that lives there is a hoe. I know there's a lot of dudes there who take relationships serious and everything. But what I'm saying is that I don't want to have my relationship there. I don't want all those distractions. I feel like places like here, like Denver, even low key maybe Kansas City, like as long as you stay out of the scene, you be good. But like places like, and I think maybe even Newark, just because it's so much more normal and they have a bigger, wide range of different gays. But In the South, I don't fuck with it with my relationships. You know what I'm saying? In the South, they don't have the same. Like, I'm trying to tell you, me and my dude got off the airport. I mean, got out at the airport in Atlanta, off this plane. And I'm talking about all the dudes, all the gay dudes was just staring me and him in the fucking face, like waiting for us to stare back and shit. Just disrespectful. Like, they could tell me and him together. They just want to get one of our attention or both of our attention. Like, they don't respect relationships. Like, gays, Southern gays, I feel like they just don't respect relationships the most because that's where it's really just not. They don't even see it like that. You know what I'm saying? Even though there's a lot more than there, they don't even see it as much. Because if I compare it to that, compared to the energy that I have there, that I get to here in Denver and shit. Me and my nigga walk around, nobody, like, they may acknowledge us or whatever. They may stare at us, like, to acknowledge us as a couple. But it could be all kinds of people, like white people, white couples, all that. But when it comes to gay couples, nigga, they be tunnel vision, head straight, eyes forward. Like, they don't look up, they don't look at us, we don't look at them. Like, we respect, like, you could tell there's a respect for relationships in the gay community subconsciously here. But down south, there's no respect. It's too much just free for all shit, too much hoe shit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But I had hella fun down there in them damn sex parties in Houston, and I feel like that shit, man, like, and that's when I got to really see how much, like, how slutty a lot of niggas was, cause like niggas be bad as fuck, and because they be fine, them be the ones that everybody be on, and they be just letting everybody smash. Any nigga come up behind them and smash and all that, like, that shit crazy. I can't believe that shit. I just couldn't believe that. That's why I started judging people's value more based on they morals than their looks, because nigga, you can be bad as fuck, have money and all that, but you just didn't let 10 niggas smash you in one night raw. You ain't high value because you don't even value yourself. You feel me? So yeah, you'll get all the ads on the sex parties and all that shit on the apps. Like, you'll get plugged in the community real quick on the apps. You know what I'm saying? So if that's what you're looking for, that's what you get on there for, and that's how you'll get the best of that. But like I said, be careful. Don't link up with nobody if they don't send you no picture. Even if they have a blank profile, make them send you a picture before you link up with them. Like, straight up, just for your safety, because it has happened where DL guys will link up with will link up with gay men and rob them, kill them, all kinds of shit. Like, you never know. They be setting them up. I've seen documentaries with them being set up in all different areas of the world. So be careful, because a lot of straight men also know that we fall prey to them. All they have to do is just send us like a body picture or a torso shot or something, and we go, because we just so endowed with the fantasy of this straight man and all this shit, you know what I'm saying? And we be forgetting, like, nigga, you still, like, our dicks, the little head runs us too much, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta think with the big head, because your safety is at risk, you know what I'm saying? When you linking up with these strangers and you letting them in y'all's houses, like, I don't, we don't think about that as we going along with this, but we letting these niggas in our houses, y'all, these strangers. We don't fucking know these people. All them times I let a nigga in my house, I could have got robbed, all kinds of shit. When you look back, you look at shit differently. When you're in it, it's just a part of the game. You know what I'm saying? It just goes along with the flow. It goes along with the territory of this shit. But you really taking a risk every time you meet somebody. Like, being gay is more dangerous than you think. Because think about it. If anybody just want to literally just get a good lick on you, like, niggas can do you real dirty. Like, they could, like, I actually had one bottom This real hood ass nigga, real gutter ass nigga, but he was a bottom though. He let me smash, and then like I fell asleep. I'd get up, and I just felt like this nigga was on some shit. But yeah, he ended up taking something. I don't remember what he took, but the nigga took something from me before he left off my nightstand or something. I don't even remember. It wasn't nothing that serious or that big of a deal, but it was just the fact that like that just made me realize like damn, like you really don't be knowing these people, and that made me feel like nigga, and I just fucked you and you stole from me, like nigga, I'll beat your ass, like you know what I'm saying. But I can just imagine like as a bottom what they could do to you. Like they could be behind you, smashing you, like pull a gun out on you, rob you right there. Like who knows? Like y'all really never know, y'all. I done seen some crazy stories where dudes have been found in their cars, and the last thing, like with the in their cars running in the cold, like there was this dude it was in Kansas City, Missouri, or St. Louis, Missouri. It was some years back. This dude was found in his car, y'all, with the car running in the middle of the winter where it's snowing and shit outside. Car running outside in the street. So dude must have had to meet him somewhere, but basically the last thing that they saw on his phone was the fucking Jacked app, and because it's jacked, there's no tracking of who that was. That means that this person's killer got away. Because how you gonna track somebody on Jacked? Jacked is an undisclosed location and shit like that. And then it could be any kind of profile. They can make up a fake. They can use a fake email, fake everything. Like there's nothing official that has to be about Jack. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of them won't even get your number. That's another way to if you're gauging like if I'm safe or not before you link up with this person, get their phone number. Because if you get their number and shit, even then they might have a text now number. But I'm just saying if you get their number though, 9 times out of 10 they ain't on no bullshit because that shit can be tracked. But when it comes to like the apps, nigga, you link up with a nigga on the app and he ain't send you no picture or nothing. Hey, you taking a big gamble right there with your life. You just never know. You just never know. Even if you strapped up or whatever, it don't matter. Like you never know what somebody might be on, and that's how they gonna get away with it. That's what I'm saying. They can come in, boom, shoot you, take whatever, and leave. And guess what? How anybody gonna know who was where and what was what? You gonna have to bet on ring light cameras outside people's houses and shit, or yours or whatever. And that's if that even is. I'm just saying, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Just be careful. And when y'all link up with these dudes, especially these DL dudes on these apps, if you the one driving and you go scoop them up or something, always have you some protection on you, like right next to you when they get in the car, because you just never know. You know what I'm saying? Like my homeboy in Florida, in Pensacola, he told me, shit, hey, I always, whenever I go link up with these niggas, and he's on the DL, and he told me, he was like, even though I'm DL, whenever I go link up with these niggas, I always have a pen on me. And and I'm like, a pen? And he like, yeah, a pen, bro. Like, just a regular ink pen, nigga. Like, because you can do damage with that motherfucker. Like, if anybody ever try you, you know, like, go straight for the neck or the eyes or something. He's like, you ain't even gotta have no real weapon. Just be prepared for whatever, you know. So I was like, damn. Yeah, it's like that. So yeah, y'all be safe. Real talk. You never know. All right. So those are the pros and cons of dating apps. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.